Government College of Engineering, Pune, and then he did his MBA from University of Missouri, Kansas City, USA. He was also teaching statistics for decision-making subject in USA for 2 years. He was working in his family business of manufacturing steel, TMT bars used for building construction for more than 25 years. His wife Ananya is also an engineer from Government College, Sangli, a business person, and was a George presiding officer for 3 years. They both are blessed with a daughter who has been topper in IIT Kharagpur and also topper in MIT Boston, USA. Currently living at New Jersey. Their son is also an engineer with MBA from Mumbai and was offered job much before his completion of education. Prabhuji is with ISKCON and chanting 16 rounds from last 20 years. He is also having Pravachan Seva at various places such as Boston, USA and various places in India such as Mandal, Jalna, Tempuni, etc. from 2015 onwards. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services. Over to you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Murari Dev Prabhuji.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji, for giving me an opportunity to serve all the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, just a menial service from my side. So today we are going to focus on Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter Canto 9, chapter 4 and text number 21. Before that we will just do the Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udupadagam Shri Guruna Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajevam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijan Saita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश नमो ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिनी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणी हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण। So I welcome all the devotees and we will now quickly go to our today's text number 21 from chapter 4 and canto number 9. एवं सदा कर्म कलापम आत्मनः परे अधियज्ञे भगवती अधोक्षजे सर्व आत्मभावं विद्धत महिम इमां ततनिष्ठ विप्र अभिहित शशासः. I will repeat once more. एवं सदा कर्म कलापम आत्मनः परे अधियज्ञे भगवती अधोक्षजे सर्व आत्मभावं विद्धत महिम इमां ततनिष्ठ विप्र अभिहितः शशासः. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In performing his prescribed duties as king, Maharaj Amrish always offered the results of his royal activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is the enjoyer of everything and is beyond the perception of material senses. He certainly took advice from Brahmanas, who were faithful devotees of the Lord. and thus he ruled the planet Earth without difficulty. Now purport. Srila Prabhupada started this from Bhagavad Gita, text number 5.29. Bhoktaram yakya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridham sarvabhutanam gyatva mam sanatim shantim richati. So, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that people are very much anxious to live in peace and prosperity in this material world. And here in Bhagavad Gita, the peace formula is given personally by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone should understand that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the ultimate proprietor of all the planets and is therefore the enjoyer of all activities, whether it is political, social, cultural, religious, or economy, and so on. Lord has given perfect advice in Bhagavad Gita, and Ambrish Maharaj, as the ideal executive head, ruled the entire world as a Vaishnava, taking advice from Vaishnava Brahmanas. The Shastras enjoin that even though a Brahmana may be well versed in the occupational Brahminical duties and may be very learned in Vedic knowledge, he cannot give advice as a guru until he is a Vaishnava. And then next shlok is taken from Padma Puran. Satkarma nipuno vipra mantra tantra visharada Vaishnava gururna syad Vaishnava swapacho guru. Therefore, as indicated here by the words, Tan Visha Viprabhita, Maharaj Amrish took advice from Brahmanas who were pure devotees of the Lord and not from the ordinary Brahmanas who are merely learned scholars or only experts in performing ritualistic ceremonies. They are not competent to give advice. In modern times, there are legislative assemblies whose members are authorized to make laws for the welfare of the state, but according to this description of the kingdom of Maharaj Ambrish, the country or the world should be ruled by a chief executive whose advisors are called devotee brahmanas. Such advisors or members of the legislative assembly should not be professional politicians, nor should they be selected by the ignorant public. Rather, they should be appointed by the king. When the king, the executive head of the state, is a devotee and he follows the instruction of devotee brahmanas in ruling the country, everyone will be peaceful and prosperous. When the king and his advisors are perfect devotees, nothing can be wrong in the state. All the citizens should become devotees of the Lord and their good character will automatically follow. And then one more text Srila Prabhupada has taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 8 and text number 12, 5, 8, 12. यस्याति भक्तिर्भगवती अकिंचनः सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समस्वते सुराः हराव अभक्तस्य कुतो महाद्गुणा मनोरथें सती धावो बहिः. Here it is said that one who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Bhagavatam 5.18.12. Citizens under the guidance of a Krishna conscious king will become devotees, and then there will be no need to enact new laws every day to reform the way of life in the state. If the citizens are trained to become devotees, they will automatically become peaceful and honest, and they are guided by a devoted king, advised by devotees. The state will not be in the material world but in the spiritual world. All the states of the world should therefore follow the ideal of the rule or administration of Maharaj Ambarisha as described here. Hare Krishna. So now this is a very beautiful shlok and with beautiful words, and we will just quickly go through from text number 1 till 20 very quickly, just a quick revision what it has been explained previously in this chapter. So in this chapter, text number 1 to text number 12, it was the story of Nabhag, who was father of Ambarish Maharaj, and then the text number 13 to text number 28. Now this explains the qualities and activities of Ambarish Maharaj, in which we will just go through text number 21. Now in text number 31 up to text number 20, which is more related to our today's text, we will just go through very quickly. Now in text number 13, Nabhag's son was the exalted devotee. He was Mahabhagwat, who Ambarish Maharaj. Even the curse of a Brahman could not touch him. So that made Parikshit Maharaj very excited. Now see, this entire story is narrated by Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. And when Shukdev Goswami said that, he was a Mahabhagwat, Ambarish Maharaj, and even the curse of Durvasa Muni could not touch him. So Parikshit Maharaj became so excited, and he requested Shukdev Maharaj to explain more about him. He was very, very curious, more curious. So it is a symptom of great devotee that they are always excited to listen more and more nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. So now here in text number 14, Parikshit asked to Shukdev Goswami, I wish to hear about Ambarish Maharaj. How surprising it is that the insurmountable means impossible to overcome, the curse of a Brahman could not act upon him. He was very shocked. How is it possible? He was such a great exalted Muni, Durvasa Muni, and how his curse could not act upon him. So he was very much shocked. So Shukdev Goswami said, Ambarish Maharaj ruled the entire world consisting of 7 islands, which is called Saptadvip. He was the king of entire earth. So he was like a Chakravarti Samrat. So there is a difference between king and the emperor. King is only ruling a particular kingdom, whereas emperor rules the entire earth. So that time the earth was consisting of 7 islands. So Chakravarti Samrat, like Emperor Ambarish, was the ruler of the entire earth. Though he had tremendous and inexhaustible opulence. Inexhaustible means the opulence which never finishes. That much opulence he had. He did not care for it. See, he had everything so much. You can imagine that the king of 7 islands, how much wealth he should be possessing. But he did not care for it, knowing it to be material, worthless, ultimately destructible, and cause of degradation. So he didn't give any importance to the wealth and opulence. Having great devotion to Lord Vasudev and his devotees, he thought the universe to be as insignificant as a piece of stone. Now he considered the entire this earth as a piece of stone, as per our text. Now in 18 to 20 text number, here the beautiful qualities, the exemplary qualities of Ambarish Maharaj has been explained, which we all know it is called Navvidha Bhakti, right? So now once we see quickly how Ambarish Maharaj was different than any of the other devotees so far we have seen, was very unique. Like Savai Man Krishna Padar Vindayo, that is the most important thing what a devotee should possess. That mind should be in meditating on Krishna's lotus feet. Like we can control the rest of the parts and organs of the body, but the most difficult is to control the mind, right? So the first quality Ambarish Maharaj had was he was able to control his mind. His whole mind was under Krishna Padar Vindayo, in the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva or Lord Krishna. Second, he had words in glorifying Krishna's qualities. Always used to glorify Krishna. Hands in cleaning Lord Hari's temple. Karo Harer Mandir Marjan Adishu. That he was always using his hands to clean the altar of the Lord. So he was cleaning the mandir and the temple. Ears in hearing narrations about Krishna, eyes in seeing the deities of Mukunda, sense of touch in touching devotees' lotus feet and their bodies and to do the dandava. That was, he was using his sense of touch. Sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to Lord's feet. Then tongue in tasting Lord's prasadam. Legs in walking to holy places and temples. So Amrish Maharaj, as I heard from the very senior devotees, he belonged to Rajasthan and he had 1000 wives, and he used to travel all the way from Rajasthan to Mathura and Vrindavan, like that. And then also after reaching there, he used to do that parikrama of Govardhan mountain. So nobody is asking us to travel on feet or anything like that. We can reach by flight or train or by any means to Vrindavan, but we should try to do Govardhan parikrama by feet. So at least that much we should take from Amrish Maharaj. This is for me and not for others. I don't know, but this is all the things are for me. I do not deserve to speak all these qualities, but I am just copying whatever Srila Prabhupada said, and this is for my purification only. So he used to use his head in bowing to Lord Rishikesh, and his desires in Lord's service is whatever desires he had, that was for Lord's service and not for his sense gratification or enjoyment. So he did all this to develop attachment for the Lord as possessed by great devotees. So we can see that Amrish Maharaj was a Raja Rishi. Raja Rishi means he had the qualities of a Rishi. Being the Chakravarti Samrat or Emperor of the earth, he was like a Rishi. He was such a great exemplary devotee. And also he is the only example which I know who used to follow the Navada Bhakti, all the 9 Angas of Bhakti, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. So these all 9 links of Bhakti he used to follow very seriously. And in the second this 21 text, now I have quickly revised about Amrish Maharaj's qualities and his kingdom, but now we will focus more on the kingdom of Amrish Maharaj, which is our today's text number 21. So how was his kingdom? How was his rule? It was a very ideal rule by Amrish Maharaj. What we call his ideal kingdom, in our plain words we call it as Ram Raj. So it was even more exemplary, much better than Ram Raj, because it was before Ram Raj. He was devoted to Krishna and followed the Lord's devotees. He offered all the results of his royal activities, that is Karma Kalpam, to Lord Krishna, the supreme enjoyer, that is Adhi Yajna, beyond sense perception, that is Adokshaja. He took advice from Vaishnava Brahmanas, the Lord's pure devotees, not ordinary Brahmins who are merely learned scholars or experts in rituals. So here Prabhupada has mentioned very clearly that a person, a Brahmin, who just had some knowledge or jnana is not the real Brahman. The real Brahman should be a Vaishnava. He should be a devotee of Lord. He should be a Bhakt. So jnani is not important. Bhakta is more important, right? So we have seen in the previous story that Uddhavji, who was the cousin of Krishna, He was very knowledgeable, but he was not a bhakta. So like Krishna sends Uddhav Maharaj, Uddhavji where? To Vrindavan, where he meets all the gopis, and while he was trying to teach them knowledge and gyan, they did not accept. All the gopis taught him what a bhakti should be. And instead of gopis becoming jnani, Uddhav Maharaj became bhakt. So that was the story. So now here again, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing more on the devotion of Lord Krishna, that one should be a devotee and not a bhakt, not a jnani. So Amrish Maharaj was taking the advice of those who were devotees of the Lord. So that is one most important thing, that in our present scenario, the rulers of the country should take advice and take the opinion of the devotees of the Lord. You know, because we can see that if they take advice from different people, they give their opinion as for their benefit. They may or may not give the right opinion. So at the ultimate proprietor of all the planet, he used to think, or he used to believe that Krishna is the ultimate proprietor of all the planets, that is Lord Krishna. So ideal kingdom, under the guidance of a Krishna conscious king who is guided by pure devotees, the citizens are trained to become devotees, thus become peaceful and honest. Now this is the peace formula. Particularly this text, this sloka is widely described as a peace formula. Now see, in the present scenario, when we have seen so many wars are going on from last 4-5 months, and also from the history, now many countries are attacking each other, the whole economy is going to doldrums, people are crying for their survival. Even developed countries are also affected with that. So all the countries and every citizen of the world is affected because of the war. And Amrish Maharaj was a Mahabhaga, means he was a Mahabhagyavan, extremely lucky. Mahabhag means Mahabhagyavan, that means extremely lucky. And that was the biggest post for the entire world. And he had so much wealth that it could never finish. And Shukdev Goswami says, if an ordinary person gets so much wealth, then what will he do? He will definitely go mad. He will do so much sins, so many sins, that he will go to hell for sure. That is what Shukdev Goswami said. But despite so much of wealth, Amrish Maharaj used to take this wealth as like a dream, and Sarvatat Swapna Sanstutam. That means he took this wealth as a dream and imagination which is destructible. So like the meaning of Sarvatat Swapna Sanstutam, the entire thing was like a dream. So he never relied on his wealth, he never believed, and he always used to think that all these wealth are destructible, that is not for me. So we should also follow this quality and should think our assets as Swapna Sanstutam. During night we may dream for 2-3 hours. Similarly, our human life is of 100 years and is also a dream. We may think that we saw something in yesterday night or some days before which lasted the dream for a couple of hours, and we used to think that no, what we are living at present is the reality. But here Shukdev Goswami says that our life is only 100 years. If we compare our life with the Brahma's life, it is as insignificant as a small creature. So we should also think that is 100 years or whatever, 70-80 years, whatever we get is like a dream only. Parikshit Maharaj asked how it was impossible for Amrish Maharaj to think of so much opulence as a dream. Then Shukdev Goswami answered, because his mind was unto lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Sa vai mam Krishna padar vindayo, which I said earlier. How could he focus on that? So if one can focus his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, then only it is possible. If we see some examples, we will see that in Vaishnava, only Vasudev Krishna's bhakti is most important and not of any demigod. This is very important. Now we see some examples. If we see Ravana, Ravana worshipped Shivji, but what happened? He was not satisfied. Right? This is the first example. If you see the second example, Hiranyakashipu, he worshipped Lord Brahma, but what happened? He became more and more greedy for power. He wanted more power. He wanted to be always immortal, that he should never die. That was his thing. Why he wanted that? For his sense gratification. Right? So first example is Ravana. Second is Hiranyakashipu. Then if we see the third example of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj, he worshipped Lord Vishnu, and when Lord Vishnu appeared and asked for benediction, he said, Lord, I don't want anything. I just want satisfaction, and I also want the association of the devotees. So that is the difference between the demigods and Lord Vasudeva. So we should have complete faith in Bhagavan, his devotees, and sadhu, that is our guru. Then this world will look like a piece of stone. That is Param Vishwam Yenedam Loštavrat Smratam. That is piece of stone, insignificant. So we should have complete faith in Lord Vasudev. Then we should have complete faith in his devotees, and also we should have complete faith in our sadhu, or which is our guru. So if we have faith in these three different categories of the Lord, then only we will be able to look this world a piece of stone. So that is Loštavrat. That is Loštavrat means piece of stone which is insignificant. So this is what we have seen. Now we will see that what was the routine of Ambarish Maharaj. Now if the same daily routine of ours are made, then we will be mostly in what we will do, that in today's world most of us are facing the gadgets problem. Like we are wasting our time on WhatsApp, on Facebook and YouTube and so many news, and constantly we are looking at the TV with so many different channels and all that. And but all glories to Ambarish Maharaj, who used to do Sarvatma Bhavam Vidyat Mahim Imam, which is said in this text. Everything was for the pleasure and satisfaction of the Lord Krishna. So Pare Dhyashe Bhagavati Adokshaje. Maharaj Ambarish used to do yajna, that is fire sacrifice every day for Adokshaje, that is Lord Krishna, and he used to invite all rishis and munis. So that was the daily routine of Maharaj Ambarish. The citizens of Ambarish kingdom never aspired to be elevated to the heavens. Nobody wanted from Ambarish Maharaj's kingdom to go to heaven. Why? This heaven was dear to demigods, but it was not dear to the citizens of Ambarish Maharaj, because they were accustomed to hearing and chanting the glorious activities of Lord Uttam Shloka, that is austerity in bhakti, and they all wanted to go to Vaikuntha, where there is no kunta, there is no anxiety, there are no worries. So this should be the highest goal of a pure devotee. Now deity worship, preaching, writing and so on purifies and liberates one from this material existence of repeated birth and death, old age and disease. It leads one to the contribution position of devotional service. So material possession can be accepted to the extent that they can be used in Krishna's service. Here we see that always Prabhupada teaches us about Yukta Vairagya. He never asked us to go to Himalayas and do austerity and do tapasya, right? He never said that you leave the family and do only austerity or do that chanting all the time. He never said. He said that whatever position you are, you should try to do that. So in Kali Yuga, this Vairagya or going to jungle is also prohibited. So what we can do? Neither all of us can go to Vrindavan, nor we can get ourselves, indulged in the materialistic world. So the best thing is we should do both. That is the Yukta Vairagya. So now we will see one more small story of Ambarish Maharaj. That Ambarish Maharaj was such an exemplary devotee that he had 1000 wives. So what happened once, there was a lady who was from a very good family. She approached Ambarish Maharaj and she asked him to get married with her. Ambarish Maharaj was really very much surprised. He said, see, I am already married and I already have so many queens. I am not able to give so much time to my existing wives. So what is the use if I get married to you? And plus that I am a devotee of Lord Krishna, Lord Vasudeva, and I don't have that much time to give you some special time for that. So please excuse me. But that lady was very stubborn and she said, because you don't have time and because you are a great devotee of Lord Krishna, that is the reason why I want to marry you. So he said, what does it mean? So he said, I want to be your servant. I want to follow you, so that I also become a devotee. So she was, very much after King Ambarish Maharaj, and she was crying and weeping so that Ambarish Maharaj should get married to her. So eventually Ambarish Maharaj accepted her request and then he accepted her as wife. So what happened? Next day, when Ambarish Maharaj woke up in the morning, he was searching for some of the vessels like water pots and other things which he used to do for Lord Krishna's service. So when he was searching for his water pot which was used for the service of Lord Krishna, he couldn't find it. So that was the pot used by Ambarish Maharaj to bring water from the nearby river. So he just asked the maid servant, where my water pot has gone. So the maid servant replied, Maharaj, the newly wedded queen, she has taken the water pot and she is using it. So he was quite upset. He said, you just call the queen and let me ask her. So when the king asked the queen, then she said, Maharaj, I just brought the water from the river for the service of Lord Krishna and I wanted to assist you. I want to be your servant, and thus. So Ambarish Maharaj got very upset. He said, this is my service. Whatever I do for the Lord, it should be with my hands only. I cannot allow this service to anybody else. Whatever I do whole day. So rest of the things I have given, I have delegated to other authorities like my ministers and other maid servants and the servants. But whatever I do for my personal seva, I cannot share with anybody. So it is not possible to just return all the utensils and let me do my seva for Lord, Vasudeva. And she was so upset, terribly upset, and she started crying. And Ambarish Maharaj felt so sad. He said, why are you crying? She said, the whole purpose was when I wanted to get married with you was to serve Lord Krishna along with you. But now you are not giving my service, so I am very disappointed, and that's the reason why I am crying. So suddenly one thing clicked to Ambarish Maharaj. He said, don't cry. I will give you a different new palace, and I also will give you a different new very good altar, and if that is possible, then in that palace you decorate and you serve the Lord in your altar whichever way you like. So that newly wedded queen became very happy and within couple of days, because he was the king, it was not possible difficult for him. Immediately the palace was built and a beautiful altar was kept there, and that newly wedded queen, she went there and she was so happy to see the altar, and she started serving the Lord. What happened after couple of weeks or couple of months, few months, one night while Amrish Maharaj was sleeping, the Lord appeared in his dream. Lord Vasudeva appeared in his dream, and he said, Amrish, I want to tell you something. Amrish, what, yes, Lord, tell me. He said, the Lord said, what I have found, that your newly wedded wife is doing much better service to me than what you do. And Amrish Maharaj was suddenly so much shocked. He just jumped from the bed, he woke up, he just got his bath very quickly, and he finishes his morning duties, and he just ran to the palace of that newly wedded queen. And he was just hiding at some place and just trying to watch what that queen is doing differently from him. So like when he was watching, he saw that the newly wedded queen, she was doing the seva with full of her heart. The queen was doing beautiful flower decoration. She was making beautiful garland for the Lord. Then he saw that she was cleaning and mopping the floor beautifully. She was putting lots of fragrance on Lord, and then he saw that she is doing chappan bhoga with her own hands. So, and she was engrossed with so much of love and dedication that Amrish Maharaj could not take out her eyes from that seva. He was very much indulged and was so happy to see. And after that particular day, Amrish Maharaj was so happy, and then instead of having jealousy or something, he wanted to be like that. So that is the real gun or real characteristic of a true Vaishnava. They should not be jealous. If they find someone better than himself or herself, then they should be of cooperative nature, not of a competitive nature. That is the best quality of a Vaishnava. Instead of competition, they should do cooperation. So that is the thing what Amrish Maharaj did. And so every day, whatever duty he had as a king, he used to finish very quickly and used to go to that palace and used to observe that the dedication and devotion of our newly wedded queen. Now what happened that Lord Amrish Maharaj had 1,000 queens. So he had given 1,000 palaces to all her queens. So after a couple of months, 2-3 months, all the queens realized that her husband, that is Amrish Maharaj, is not visiting them at all. So they got very upset, and all the queens gathered together and they had a meeting, and they wanted to discuss whether it is happening to me or it is happening to everyone. So all the queens gathered together and they decided to discuss what happened. So when they communicated with each other, they came to know that Amrish Maharaj is not meeting any of the queens. So they thought, what is wrong with Amrish Maharaj? It never happened that he didn't visit us for so long. So they said that we should hire a detective, and do some spying on Amrish Maharaj. So they just hire one detective. You can imagine what kind of detective he would be. And he does spying very secretly on Amrish Maharaj. So he was there for a couple of days. And after a couple of days, he returns back to the queen. And the queens, he tells the story. So he says that if all the queens come together, it would be easier for me to explain. So all the queens gathered together and they asked the detective, what happened? What happened to Amrish Maharaj? Why is not coming to us? So he said, what? He is visiting to his newly wedded wife every day. So this means thought, this like he has become a henpecked husband. What we call in Hindi is Juru ka gulam. So he has become a henpecked husband and he is visiting to only his new wife and is not coming to us. So they were very upset and they said, why he is visiting to that newly wedded wife? Then that detective said, Maharani, you all are wrong. It is not like that. The Lord himself has instructed him or told him to go and visit the newly wedded wife. They asked all the queens, they asked, that why the Lord came and appeared in his dream. So he said, because the Lord said to king that your newly wedded wife is doing better service than what you are doing. So despite Ambrish Maharaj, who was fully engrossed in Navida Bhakti, being a Rajarshi, somebody else was doing better service than him. That really shocked everyone, each and every queen. So like they just got so much of disturbance and shocked with that words. So they all decided that they all will go together and meet Amrish Maharaj. So what happened? They all gathered together and they meet Amrish Maharaj. And Amrish Maharaj, they requested that, we came to know that you are going to your newly wedded queen very frequently and you are not coming to us because she is a great devotee of Lord Vasudeva, and that is what you are attracted to her. So Lord King said, what do you want me to do? So everybody said that Maharaj, we also want that kind of altar in our palace. Whatever altar you had given to the newly wedded queen, we also want that altar. So what will happen is, we will also do our best in pleasing Lord Vasudeva. So we will also do with the full affection and love whatever service you all are doing. We were so unfortunate, that despite having such a nice husband, as a great devotee of the husband, we couldn't do much service to please the Lord. But this has opened our eyes so much that we all wanted to be the servant of the Lord and the devotee of the Lord. So Lord Amrish was so happy. He immediately asked his ministers, to bring 1,000 altars for her 1,000 queens. And in few days, all these altars were brought. They were very beautifully made of marble, and they were provided to each of the queens. And all the queens, they started worshipping Lord Krishna, Lord Vasudeva, with all of their, body and heart and mind. And now this news spread to the kingdom of Amrish Maharaj, and all the subjects of the kingdom, all the Janta, all the subjects of the kingdom, they also became the great and great devotees of Lord Vasudeva. So this is called Ramarajya, or this is called the ideal kingdom. So like, if the God is pleased with our service, one Srila Prabhupada can change the whole world. He can make so many devotees. Similarly, Amrish Maharaj, who was one great devotee with Navida Bhakti, he transformed his entire kingdom into the devotees of the Lord. So there again, as I said before, not a single subject, not a single person from his kingdom wanted to go back to heaven. Everybody just wanted to go back to Godhead. And this is how the ideal kingdom has become. And this is what we were in the past. So this is what the story of Ramarajya and Vaikuntha Dham, where there are no anxieties, no worries, no kunta, means that is called Vaikuntha. Now we got another very few minutes I will just explain them. This is okay now that we have heard all these things. What is there for devotees like us? Huh? That we are not that exalted devotees. Can we do something to turn our small state or our country to turn into ideal kingdom? The answer is yes. So now I will just see some of the important suggestions what we can do as a Krishna conscious devotees. So here now we see that there are miseries and chaos everywhere. We see India, we have so much problem of uh, corruption, malgovernance, neglect, poverty, literacy, insecurity, poor infrastructure, so many things. In Africa, we see that the people are killing each other in thousands regularly just for a piece of bone, like the stray dogs. They would just want something to eat, and they are not able to eat because the flesh having been taken away by multinational companies from the first world countries. So like piece of bone, all the flesh, the cream has been taken away by the first world countries, and they are fighting, Africans are fighting for the piece of bone. That is the problem there. And we have seen that uncivilized people who are helplessly watching in Africa, the so-called civilized world have taken away their resources in front of their eyes. So like all the gold mines, all the diamond mines, everything has been taken away by the first world, and they are helplessly watching that. Now, how did Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas reacted in similar situations? So if we go back in the past, we have seen that Prabhupada wrote letters to Indian leaders such as Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Indira Gandhi, and also Lal Bahadur Shastri, whom Srila Prabhupada personally met also, to convince them to establish a Krishna conscious society. So similarly, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, during the British government regime, he invited British governor of Bengal to Mayapur, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, while he was a judge on duty as an officer in the British government, he felt inspired to revive the Krishna conscious movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these great acharyas did their best. Now, what we should learn, that Krishna consciousness is not an option, but it is a necessity. This Krishna conscious movement is in its 60th year now. It was established in 1965, so it is roughly 60 years has been completed. Now we have more than hundreds and hundreds of centers all over the world, and it has been accepted throughout the world as a genuine spiritual organization. It has a wide base of people from all walks of life, and Krishna consciousness can solve all the problems. This world would be like during Ramchandra, Amrish Maharaj and Yudhishthir Maharaj, like we called it an ideal kingdom. We need to go to the root of the problems. The political platform is also a great opportunity for preaching. So if we are into politics, directly or indirectly, we should do preaching. Like we have seen the Roman Empire of Europe. What they did? They propagated Christianity in Europe. They propagated Christianity. The power of armies established Islam. By force, Emperor Ashok in India, he populated Buddhism, and now the present ruling party in India is expanding Hinduism in India. So like Krishna consciousness proposes three major factors. Number one, education, which is the foundation of human society. Simple living and high thinking should be the guiding principles of life. That should be taught to us. And issues concerning sense control, abortion, karma and reincarnation should be taught. Producing sin-free people. We want people to be Krishna conscious people, not sinful people. So where modern education promotes competitiveness, spiritual education encourages cooperation. So instead of being competitive, we should be cooperative. So human life is for what? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. It is not for competition like cats and dogs, right? It is for the self-realization, why we came to this world, where we are going to go after we die, who is Lord, who are we, how are we connected to each other. That is for spiritual inquiry. It's a rare opportunity to go back to Godhead, and one should not waste away by indulging simply in sense gratification, which is available even for the dogs and hogs. So if we indulge our life in sense gratification, we are just like an other lower grade animals. Instead of competing with others, each of us should try to conquer the real problems of life. That is, what are the real problems? Birth, death, old disease, etc. And everything has, every living entity has a right to live. So we should not kill the poor and innocent animals. And because Krishna provides for all. So this is the first thing, education. And the second thing is environment. So unless we protect the environment, sooner there will not be enough water and air that will be unfit to breathe. And what is the use of high-speed cars, high-speed trains, jets and supercomputers if there is not enough water to drink and food to eat? We will not solve the world's environmental problems until people reduce the desires for material consumption. This is possible only if people gain tangible experience of superior forms of happiness and satisfaction. Something superior, which is possible in Krishna consciousness only. So that thing is offered in our Krishna conscious movement through the practice of bhakti, yoga, and especially through the mantra of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is the second thing, that we should have a spiritual environment. That is very much needed. And third, most important thing is ban on cow slaughter. Now, killing the cow makes the world's worst economic sense. The cow gives milk, the wonderful necessary to develop fine tissues in the brain. So that is there only with the cow's milk. Various milk preparations can be used to feed the large population, right? And the cow lives on grass and does not compete with the human food. Now whatever we eat like wheat and different grains, cow doesn't need that. Cow is not competing with us. She is simply living on whatever is left over from the grain. So that is happily eating with it. Now another thing is cow dung. The waste of cow dung is used to produce gobar gas. A gobar gas research station in Uttar Pradesh has shown that one cow gives enough dung in a year to produce methane gas, which is equivalent to 225 liters of petrol. So that much one cow gives. So even if the cow becomes old, if the cow doesn't give milk, her cow dung is useful to produce 225 liters of petrol in a year. According to our scriptures, people who feed on cow meat, those who eat cow meat, they will be damned to the nether regions of hell. They will be in hell, in the dark regions, for lifetimes, that is in millions of years, equal to the number of hairs on the cow's body. So whatever number of hairs are there on the cow's body, for that many years they will live in the darkest region of the hell. The imperialist British found that the strength of India in agriculture was based on the cow. Now previously Britishers, they already knew that India is surviving and is doing so well because of the cow in India. So what they did, because the cow produces urine, a great disinfectant, and dung, which is the best manure fertilizer. The Britishers decided to slaughter the cows. No meaningful civilization can flourish when the mother cow is slaughtered to meet the demands of our time. So that cow slaughtering should be prohibited. Now, last thing, small thing just for 2 minutes. What can we do with this all these things? Now we see that the world is so big. Our Krishna conscious devotees are so handful. So what can we do with that? The world has seen our beautiful temples, festivals and programs. The ISKCON devotees are already taking initiatives such as Food for Life program, spiritual education projects, movements to protect rivers and environment. Our country has united due to messages on social media. We can see extraordinary victory of Hindu parties which supports cow slaughter ban in many states in India now. Our community may be small as compared to problems in the world, but slowly and steadily we all should come forward and make our country and this world peaceful, happy like an ideal kingdom of Amrish Maharaj. Success may not be immediate, but if we preserve, we can succeed. People are looking for a change, and we Krishna conscious devotees are that change. Hare Krishna. So that very much finishes today's topic, the ideal kingdom and the peace formula, which Srila Prabhupada wanted to provide through this particular text. So I think whatever has been covered definitely would be helpful for all of us, though we may be small, but if one Prabhupada can change the world, we all devotees definitely can do a lot of difference in our society and in our country. Hare Krishna, Nando.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the beautiful class and very nice story of Amrish Maharaj and how he engages all his senses and also 9 process of devotional service. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Very grateful to you. We have one raised hand. Pitambar Prabhu, please go ahead with your question.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much. Hare Krishna, Murari, Devdas Prabhuji, my Dandavat pranams to you all. Glory to Prabhupada. Prabhu, very, very grateful to you for explaining the nuances of this sloka, specifically Amrish Maharaj. Very, very sweet pastor. When it comes to Amrish Maharaj, it's always sweet because he is perfected in all the processes of mind.
Yes.
So, Prabhu, I have got a couple of quick questions.
Yeah.
The very first one I was thinking is, you have technically related to the current world and the problems and all. And I was thinking that, look, Amrish Maharaj is described in this sloka and even previous slokas that despite having all the opulences at his disposal, he was the king or the emperor, still he was completely detached. He
Yes.
was not having any